Today is the day, my friends on the internet. The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, and we are finally going to acquire the legendary Zenith. This is episode 8 of Zenith or Bust. We only need 5 more swords in order to actually craft the Zenith, so let's start with the enchanted sword. Getting the sword is a little more complicated than you think, since it only has a chance of spawning when you create the world. Since I haven't seen that bitch in the past 7 goddamn episodes, we're gonna have to improvise a little bit.
Boom, bam, bop, bada bop, boom, pow.
All jokes aside, I dug around this new world and found the real enchanted sword at the bottom of this hole. The next sword I wanted to acquire was the Horseman's blade. However, there is a slight issue. You see, my friend, in order to acquire this sword, I need to kill a pumpkin. But before I can do that, I need to summon a pumpkin moon with a pumpkin medallion. But to do that, I need, wait for it, pumpkins. However, the only way to get pumpkins is to farm them yourself like a goddamn peasant. I have fought elder gods, been to hell and back. For fuck's sake, I've made the cosmos bend to my goddamn will. You got me fucked up if you think I'm gonna be doing the work of a lesser man. While I waited for the pumpkins to grow, I decided to go after another sword I needed, the Influx waver. In order to get this sword, I would need to start a Martian invasion and Kobe the flying saucers. I'm kidding! A joke like that wouldn't fly by me. Anyways, I let this alien probe scan me for STDs, and the world was soon invaded by— Wait, is that Among Us? I killed the imposters, grounded their ships like a terrorist, and looted the Influx waver from the debris of metal and corpses. Now back to the Horseman blade. During the Martian invasion, I did end up prematurely harvesting most of the pumpkins, but that's okay because we have enough to begin my vegetarian onslaught. The first couple of waves were about as challenging as a Fisher-Price shaped sorter. You know what? How about you try recording this bullshit for me, you scholarly virgin fuck? I kept sending these bitch-made entities back to the source code until the pumpkin spawned, where I then proceeded to fuck him over like a pumpkin prop on a Halloween-themed porn set. Now that he's been dealt with, let's go on to the next sword. Holy shit, he brought the whole fucking squad! I am now 2 swords away from acquiring the Zenith, both of which are dropped from killing this giant wad of calamari. In order to get his attention, I decided to piss him off by shutting down his creepy little fan club at Skeletron's dungeon. However, I was then confronted by Birdman Dr. Strange, who was livid for turning his cult meeting into a memorial holiday. I was left no choice but to reunite him with his fellow Circle Jerk members. But this was only the start of something far, far worse. 4 pillars of elemental powers appeared, spawning in creatures that terrorized my world in ways that I never could. Jealousy got the best of me, so I took down the pillars one by one and harvested their energy. I used it to create more powerful equipment, but was interrupted by this horrifying space remix of a Japanese delicacy. I fought as hard as I could, but it wasn't enough to stop this hentai monster's lustful rampage. But I still had one trick up my sleeve. I restarted the lunar events and fought my way back to Moonlord, only this time I brought every potion buff I had on stock. Luckily, my potion roid rage was enough to send intergalactic Oswald back to where he came from, simultaneously dropping one of the swords I needed. But you and I already know that I'm not done yet. I used the other materials that Blue Zoidberg dropped to upgrade my armor and craft this sigil. With the sigil, I now have the power to summon Moonlord over and over again to face my judgment. He may be the Moon Lord, but I have become the Moon God, and I shall cast my wrath onto him for as long as I deem fit. Oh hey, that's the last sword I needed. Now having everything I needed, I wasted no time and went home to craft the sword I've sought after for oh so long.
これがレクイエム Yeah, boy.
I think it's time to blow this scene. Get everybody in the stuff together. Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's jam.
Easy!
thank you, yes you, for joining me on this journey. If I'm being honest, it's been a long and rough process, both in the game and everything that happens behind the scenes. But even so, I can happily say that it's been worth the effort. Why? Because of you. You stuck with me all the way to the end of the series, and I can't express how much I really appreciate your support. It really means the world and more to me. I know I'm probably memeing the fuck out of this section right now, but I just wanted to let you know that I genuinely appreciate you. And I hope you continue to stick around to see what more I have to offer. Have a great day.